Looking for a unique granny square to try? If you are, my puff flower granny square might be the one you're looking for. I'm Rachel from Hope Corner Farm, and by day I'm a home ec teacher who teaches hundreds of students how to crochet. And if you want to make one of these puff flower granny squares, let's grab a hook and some yarn and we'll get crocheting. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos, and don't forget to give me some feedback on this video. Give me a like or a comment, let me know what I did well or things that I can improve upon. For my puff flower granny square, you're going to have to know how to do a couple of crochet techniques. I'm going to include links to videos for these down below that go a lot slower if you're not quite sure how to complete them. First off, you're going to need to know how to complete the magic circle or the magic ring. You're going to have to know how to puff stitch. You're going to have to know how to chain, and you're going to have to know how to double crochet stitch. If you can master all of those stitches, you can easily complete this granny square. For today's crochet pattern, you're going to have to gather a few things. So first off, you're going to need 4 different yarns. These are size 4 medium weight yarns. We're going to have a color A, a color B, a color C, and a color D. Use whatever colors you would like best. You're going to need a crochet hook. I'm using a size I 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You're going to need a pair of scissors, and you're going to need a yarn needle for weaving in your ends. You might also need a blocking board or something to block these granny squares if you would like to do that. Today's crochet pattern is written using US crochet terms. Today's granny square is going to start out with a magic circle. So what I like to do is I take my yarn tail, I'm going to pinch with my index and my thumb, I'm going to wrap over the top of 3 of my fingers, I'm going to come under those 3 fingers, I'm going to wrap back up and cross over the first loop, I'm going to pin my yarn in place with my pinky finger, I'm going to bring my crochet hook in and it's facing down, I'm going to go under the first loop, over the second loop, and I'm going to pull it forward till it looks like an A. I'm going to rotate my hook so it's facing the correct way, and that creates a loop. I'm going to come back here to this yarn that's held in place by my pinky finger, and I'm going to chain 1. Now I can take this off of my hand. I'm going to get ready to crochet. I'm going to kind of slightly turn my magic ring so that my yarn tail side is over here in my hand. And into this magic ring, I'm going to place 8 puff stitches followed by a chain 1. And this is going to be a 4 yarn over puff stitch. So let me show you what that looks like. So we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through the ring. There's 1. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. There's 2. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. There's 3. And yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. There are 4 loops or yarn over inserts on my hook. I should have 9 loops now on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, and that completes the puff stitch. Then I am going to chain 1. And I'm going to repeat 7 more times, putting 7 more of these puffs into that magic ring. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Now I've got 9 loops on my hook, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 loops. I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 9 loops to complete a second puff stitch, and I'm going to chain 1, and we repeat. So here is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, now I'll have 9 loops on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 9 loops on my hook, and then I'm going to chain 1. So now I have 3 puff stitches, and I'm going to keep repeating. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Now I have 9 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain 1. Now I have 4 more to go. So let's repeat. And 4. Yarn over, pull through all those loops, chain one. There are 5 puff stitches now. If I feel like I'm starting to run out of room here in my ring, because this is a lot of crocheting into that magic ring, I gently pull these puff stitches down and closer together because they're going to get moved together anyways, and that makes more room. So again, I've got 5 puff stitches. I've got 3 more to go. So here's 1 yarn over, pull, insert, pull through. Here's 2, 3, and 4. You should notice I'm using this index finger to kind of hold these loops so they stay about the same size, plus it'll make it easier to have some space there that I can yarn over, pull through. So I'm just using my index finger to help regulate the tension. Chain 1, there's 6. Now we have 2 more left to go. And here's the 4th. Yarn over, pull through all those loops, chain 1, and we have 1 more to go. And there's our final puff stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull through all those loops on the hook, and chain 1. Now I have 8 puff stitch chain 1 combos. I'm going to continue unwinding this yarn tail here because it was wound around. You should notice it was probably wound a little bit. Unwind it. Then to close the ring, I'm going to put a little pressure here with my index and my thumb, and I'm going to gently pull on my yarn tail, and I'm going to close that ring. And I'm going to keep pulling to really tighten that middle circle. So that way it closes up nice and tight. And then to close this round, I'm going to come right over here and I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the very first puff stitch. So I insert my hook right here, I yarn over, I pull through that stitch and through the loop on my hook, and that closes my ring. Now I cut my yarn free, and then I'm going to fasten off to close the round. So I yarn over and I pull that yarn tail all the way through the loop that was on my crochet hook, and I just tighten things down. And that completes round 1. Now you could choose to weave in your yarn tails at this point or at the end. I'm one who just likes to weave in all my yarn tails at once at the end. So I'm going to wait to weave in my yarn tails. You could choose to weave them in now, whatever works best for you. For round 2, we're going to bring in color B, which for my block is this sage green color. And what we're going to do is we're going to come into any of these chain 1 gaps, any of them from around. You're just going to pick one of them, and into that chain 1 gap, you're going to insert your hook. You're going to drape your yarn over your hook and pull through that chain 1 gap. Now I take my yarn tail and I pin it in place back here with my index and my middle finger so it stays in place, and then I switch and I pinch it with my middle and my thumb. Now I'm in a chain 1. I'm going to tighten things up back here with my yarn tail, kind of pull it out of the way. And into that chain 1 space, we're going to work 2 puff stitches plus 2 chain 1s. So what that looks like, it's the same technique as the previous round. So we yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. That yarn tail might pop up, just pull it back. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, and one more time, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, and chain 1. That completes 1 puff stitch, chain 1 in that chain 1 space. We're going to repeat. So we yarn over, go into the same space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Now there are 9 loops on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, and I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to repeat that all the way around the round. So we're going to go to the next chain 1 space and repeat. We're going to put 1 puff stitch. So here's our puff stitch and chain 1, and then we're going to repeat. We're going to put another puff stitch in that same chain 1 space. So same thing, we're going to yarn over and insert 4 times to complete the puff stitch. There should be 9 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, and then chain 1. Now I have 2 into this chain 1 space, 2 into this chain 1 space, and I'm going to repeat that around where I put 2 puff stitch chain 1s into each chain 1 gap from the previous round. So here's another puff stitch. There's a puff stitch, chain one. Put another puff stitch in that same space. There's a second puff stitch, chain one. Now when I get to where I joined my yarn, I like to take my yarn tail and pull it this way, and then I'm going to work into that chain one space right there. So I'm just pulling my yarn towards the puff stitches that I've already created. So I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 9 loops on my hook, chain one, and repeat into the same chain one space. Put another puff stitch. Pull through all of them and chain one. Now I've got a couple more left to go here. I am halfway done. I'm going to repeat, and I'm going to work 2 puff stitch chain ones into this next chain one gap. There's 1 puff stitch, chain one. There's a second puff stitch, chain one. Go to the next chain one gap right here. And into that chain one gap, we yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, pull through all 9 loops on the hook, chain one, and repeat. Put another one in there. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain one. We have 2 more to go. So here's our next one. You can kind of feel that gap. If you can't see it, you will really be able to feel where that chain one gap is and kind of open it up. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 9 loops on the hook, chain one. And then we repeat, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, pull through all 9 loops on the hook, chain one. Now we have 1 more chain one gap to work into for this round. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain one, and we have 1 more to go. Finish that puff stitch, chain one, and then to close the round, we come over here to the top of the very first puff stitch, we insert our hook, and we slip stitch through it. Then I bring in my scissors, I cut my yarn free, and then I fasten off to close the round, and that completes round 2. Just like with the previous round, you can either choose to weave in your yarn tails now or weave them in at the end. I'm going to weave them in all together at the end. Now I'm going to bring in color C. And just like the last round, we're going to pick a spot and insert it. And we're going in between one of these sets right here. So if you notice, in between here, we've got a double set right here. I am not going into this space here where it's right above a single. What I'm doing is I'm going into this space where it's right above a V here. So notice I've got a V right here, so I'm going to insert my hook. So hopefully that makes sense because I've got a cluster of 2 together, remember, into one spot. But then there is a chain one space in between the 2 clusters. We're not working into that chain one space between the clusters. We are working into that chain one that goes right in the cluster. So I'm going to insert my hook into that. Just like with the previous round, I'm going to drape my yarn over my hook and I'm going to pull through that gap. I'm going to pin my yarn tail on the back side and then I'm going to chain one. Now into the cluster itself, we're going to work 2 puff stitch chain ones. So just like we've been doing. So we yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Again, maybe pull that yarn tail out of the way. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Then when you have 9 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, and chain 1. And then into that same space, we're going to work another puff stitch. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain 1. So there we've got another cluster set of puffs right in on top of the other clusters. Now in that chain 1 space in between the set of clusters, we're going to work just a singular puff stitch chain 1. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, and chain 1. Then we go to the next set of puffs and we work in the space in between the 2 puffs, we work 2 puff stitch chain 1s. So just like we have been doing. So there's 1 puff stitch, chain 1. Now we're going to put another one in the same space. And chain 1. So hopefully you can see that. Now we're going to go to the chain 1 space in between the sets of puffs, and into that we're going to work a singular puff stitch chain 1, just like we did in the previous one. And chain 1. So you should notice that our pattern is puff stitch, chain 1, puff stitch into one space, then just puff stitch, chain 1 into the next, and we repeat that all the way around. So now into this space, we're going to put 2 puff stitches. So we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain 1, repeat, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain 1. Now we're going to do a singular puff stitch chain 1 into this space. Into this space, we're going to put 2 puff stitch chain 1s. So there's 1, chain 1, and we'll repeat. Two, chain 1 into the same space. Now into this one, a singular puff stitch chain 1. Two puff stitch chain 1s. There's 1, and here's the second. Now we're going to do a singular puff stitch chain 1. Now we're going to come over here and put 2 puff stitch chain 1s. So there's 1. And 2 puff stitch chain 1s. Now into this space, we put a singular puff stitch chain 1. Next one, 2 puff stitch chain 1s. There's one. And two puff stitch chain ones. In the next space, we put a singular puff stitch chain one. Into the next chain one space, we put two puff stitch chain ones. And this is our last one that we put two puff stitches into. And chain one. And then into this space, we're going to put one puff stitch chain one. Again, I like to pull my yarn tail towards the stitches I just completed, and I work over top of it. So we yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain one, and then to close the round, we come to the top of the very first puff stitch, and in the top of that puff stitch, we insert our hook, and we slip stitch through it and the loop on our crochet hook. I come in, and I cut my yarn, and then I fasten off. And that completes round 3. Now I'm bringing back in color A for round 4. So round 4 is a repeat use of color A. So for round 4, I'm very particular about what stitch I work into. So what I do is I count to the very last stitch of the round, and I'm going to count 9 over from it. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is the stitch I'm going to start into. So I'll show you why I do that, because I want this join right here to be covered by some single crochet stitches. So that is why I start here. Here's the last stitch of round 3, and I count 9 over, and that 9th stitch is where I'm going to start round 4. So after inserting my hook into that 9th stitch, I'm going to bring color A, and I'm going to drape it over my crochet hook, and I'm going to pull it through the stitch. Just like I always do, I'm going to pin that yarn tail on the back. Now this time I am going to chain 3. So here's 1, 2, and 3. This counts as a double crochet and is counted in my stitch count. Now into that same stitch, I'm going to place 2 more double crochet stitches. So into that space right there, I'm going to place 2 more double crochet stitches. So here's 1 double crochet stitch, and here is a second double crochet stitch. In essence, I have 3 double crochets in that same space because again, that chain 3 counts as a stitch. Now I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to skip 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3 I skip. Here in the 4th, I'm going to work a single crochet stitch. I'm going to work a single crochet in the next one, a single crochet in the next one, and a single crochet in the next one. So I have placed 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. And I'm just working into the top of the stitches from the previous round. I'm not going down into any gaps. I'm simply working into the tops of the stitches from the previous round. Now I chain 1. I'm going to skip 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3 I skip. In the 4th, I'm going to work 3 double crochet stitches. So here is 1, 2, and 3 double crochet stitches in that one singular space. Now I'm going to chain 3. So here's 1, 2, and 3. Into the very next stitch, I'm going to work 3 double crochet stitches. So here is 1, 2, and 3 double crochet stitches in the next. So I have created a corner. Now we chain 1. We're going to skip 3 more. So 1, 2, 3 we skip. Into this 4th one, we're going to place a single crochet stitch, again just working into the top of the stitches, not down into gaps. So there's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets, and 4 single crochets in a row. So I'm placing 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. Then I chain 1, I skip 3 more, so 1, 2, 3 I skip. Into the 4th, I place 3 double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochet stitches in that 4th stitch. Now I'm going to chain 3, and in the very next stitch I'm going to work 3 more double crochet stitches. So here's 1, 2, and 3 double crochet stitches. I've completed another corner. Now we chain 1, and we're going to skip 1, 2, 3. Into this 4th one, we're going to place a single crochet, remembering just to work in the top of that stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochet stitches in a row. Then we chain 1, we skip 1, 2, and 3. Into the 4th, we're going to work 3 double crochet stitches. So here is 1, 2, 3 double crochet stitches, chain 3, go into the next stitch, place 3 more double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Into the next, so we've created yet another corner. We're going to chain 1, and now here is where I'm going to show you why I started the way I did. So I'm going to skip 3, I have chained 1, and then I'm going to skip 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Into this stitch right here, the last stitch of the previous row, I'm going to work a single crochet stitch. Notice yet again, I'm making sure my yarn tail is going towards the stuff I've just crocheted, and I'm going to work a single crochet over top of that. I'm going to work a single crochet into the next one, a single crochet into the next one, and 1 more single crochet stitch. So there are 4 single crochet stitches in a row. And notice I have covered up that join a lot better by working those single crochet stitches over top of them. Now I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to skip 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then here in the very last stitch of the round, I'm going to work 3 double crochet stitches. So here is 1, 2, 3 double crochet stitches in the very last stitch of the round. Then I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 that we started the round with. So I'm going to slip stitch to that. I'm going to grab my scissors, I'm going to cut my yarn free, and then I'm going to fasten off to finish the round. And that completes round 4. Now we're ready for round 5. So into any of these chain 1 gaps directly after a corner, you can join with your yarn. So I'm going to insert my hook into this chain 1 space after this corner. So I'm inserting my yarn. I'm going to bring in color B again. So we're repeating color B. I'm going to drape it over my hook, yarn over, pull through. Same thing I've been doing, pin that yarn tail. And then I'm going to chain 3. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Again, this chain 3 counts as a double crochet and is included in my stitch count. Into that same chain 1 gap, I'm going to work 2 more double crochet stitches. So here is 1 double crochet stitch, and here is a second double crochet stitch in that same chain 1 gap. So we're coming over here and we're going to work into this space right here in between these 2 single crochet stitches. This is technically the top of the 3rd single crochet, and we're going to insert our hook right in there in between those 2 spaces. So right into this little gap right here, I'm going to insert my hook. That's where we're going to work, but I'm going to work a double crochet into that space. So I yarn over, I insert my hook into that space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and there's 1 double crochet in that space. We're going to put 2 more double crochets in that same space. So here is a second double crochet, and here is a third double crochet, all in that same space. Now I'm going to go to the next chain 1 gap, and into that chain 1 gap, I'm going to place 3 double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochet stitches in that chain 1 gap. Now in the corner, I'm going to place, starting off, 3 double crochet stitches. So here's 1, and we're just working into that chain 3 gap, 2, 3 double crochet stitches. We're going to chain 3. We're going to go back into that same chain 3 gap and work 3 more double crochet stitches. So here is 1, 2, and 3, all into that chain 3 gap. So there is my corner repeated. Now we go to the next chain 1 gap and we repeat. We're going to put 3 double crochets into that chain 1 gap. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets all into that chain 1 gap. Same thing in between these 2 single crochet stitches, so technically into the top of the 3rd single crochet stitch, so right into here, we're going to work 3 double crochets. So here's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets all into that same stitch. Go to the next chain 1 gap, and into that we place 3 double crochet stitches. And here is a 3rd double crochet. Now we're going to go to the corner, and into the corner we're going to first off place 3 double crochet stitches. Again, we're working into that chain 3 gap. So here's a 2nd double crochet, and here is a 3rd double crochet, all into that chain 3 gap. Now we chain 3, so there's 1, 2, and 3, and we go back into that chain 3 gap and work 3 more double crochets. So here is 1, 2, and 3. Our second corner has been completed. And we repeat 3 double crochets into this chain 1 gap. So here's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets into that chain 1 gap. Come over here to the 3rd single crochet, but it's basically right in between these 2 single crochets, so right into this space. So right here, we're going to work 3 double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochet stitches. Into the next chain 1 gap, we're going to work 3 double crochets. So here is 1, 2, and 3. Now we're to the next corner, and this is the corner that I joined with. So again, I like to pull my yarn tail towards the stuff I've just been crocheting. I'm just laying it over top so it can get worked inside of my stitches. And we're going to place 3 double crochets into that chain 3 gap. So there's 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 3, and we're going to work 3 more double crochets into that chain 3 gap. So there's 1, 2, and 3. That completes another corner. And we repeat. Into the chain 1 gap, we place 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3 into the chain 1 gap. Now in this space right here in between these 2 single crochets, we're going to work 3 double crochets. So there's 1, go back in the same space, work 2, go back into the same space, and work 3 double crochet stitches. Go to the next chain 1 gap, work 3 double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Go to the last chain 3 gap, the last corner. We're going to work 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochets. We're going to chain 3, and then we're going to put 3 more double crochets in there. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochet stitches into that corner. Then we come over here and we're going to slip stitch to the top of that chain 3 that we started the round with. So we're going to come right here. This is the top of that chain 3. We're going to insert our hook. We're going to yarn over, and pull through both of those loops, so we're slip stitching to close. Again, we cut our yarn free, and then we fasten off to finish the round. And that completes round 5. Now we are to our 6th and final round for this granny square, and we're going to bring in color D. So again, we're starting right after a corner and into this gap here between this set of double crochets from the corner and this first set of double crochets here. So into this gap right after a corner, I'm going to insert my hook, and it can be any corner. I'm going to drape color D over my hook and pull through that gap. Same thing, pin your yarn tail in place. And we're going to start this round by chaining 3 with color D. Again, that counts as a double crochet stitch and is counted in our stitch count. Into that same gap, I'm going to place 2 more double crochet stitches. So here is 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet stitches. Now I'm going to come to this next gap in between these 2 sets of 3 double crochets. We're only working into gaps here for this round. So into this gap right here, I'm going to place 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochet stitches in that gap. I go to the next gap in between these 2 sets of double crochets, and into here I'm going to place 3 double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3 in that same gap. I go to the next gap in between these sets of double crochets, and I'm going to work 3 double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochet stitches in that gap. Now we're to the corner and into this chain 3 gap, just like the previous round. We're going to go 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochet stitches. We're going to chain 3. We're going to go back into that same chain 3 gap and work 3 more double crochets. So here is 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to work down this side. Into this gap right here, we're going to place 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Go to the next gap. Place 3 double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets into that gap. Go to the next gap, place 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Go to the next gap, work 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now when we get to the corner, we're going to work 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 3, and put 3 more double crochets in that corner. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets in that corner. Now we're going to go to the next gap and we're going to work 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets in that gap. Go to the next gap, work 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets in that gap. Go to the next one, 3 double crochets in the next gap. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets in that gap. Go to the next gap, there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets in that gap. Get to the corner and we're going to put 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochets, followed by 3 chains. We go back into the same gap and work 3 more double crochets because we are at the corner. So there's 1, 2, and 3 into the corner space. So again, the corner is 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Here's where we joined the last round. So we're going to again pull our yarn tail towards what we're working on or what we finished currently. And then we're going to place 3 double crochets in this gap. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochets in that gap. Go to the next gap and place 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Go to the next gap. 1, 2, 3 double crochets into it. Go to the next gap. Place 3 double crochets in it. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochets in that gap. We're to our last corner, so we're going to go 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochets in the corner, chain 3, and then put 3 more double crochets in the same corner. So there's 1, 2, and 3 double crochets in that corner. Then to close the round, we're going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. So this is my chain 3, this is the top of it, and we're just going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull through the chain, pull through the loop on my hook. We're going to cut off our yarn, and we're going to fasten off. And that completes round 6. And that completes round 6, and that actually completes our granny square. Now what we need to do is, if you have not all along, if you're like me, you're going to have to weave in all of these yarn tails. Let me show you quickly how I would do that. So I'm not going to show you each and every one of these, but I'll show you with one of these how I weave in my yarn tails. Now in the center, I always like to give just an extra tug to make sure my center is completely closed. Then I'm going to put my yarn needle onto my yarn tail. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to weave in my ends. I kind of work it the opposite direction, and I get through one set of puffs here and I pull it tight. And I'm going to probably go almost all the way around with my yarn needle. I'm just going to weave it around to really make sure that it is pretty tight in there. And we'll go one more set here. And we'll pop out. And then I take my scissors and I cut as close as I can without cutting my work. And that's one of my ends being woven in. Now, if I'm up here with maybe one of these other yarn tails that are farther up, same idea. I'm going to thread it onto my yarn needle. I'm going to come out here, and if I want to work back this direction, notice that's where I came from. So I like to come and just grab a tiny little bit of a loop around that stitch, and you won't even see it because it's going to get pulled in there. And then I'm going to weave back in through all of these stitches right here. And I'm going to gently pull my yarn tail. Notice how it pulls that loop in. You don't even see that. And then I'm going to cut my yarn off. So I'm going to keep on weaving all of my ends in here. And then here's what it looks like after you've woven in all your yarn tails. Now at this point you could choose to block your block, whatever you would like to do. I just want to point out that you could choose to block your granny squares after you're finished with them. I like to do that because it gives me a straighter, more sturdy edge. Do whatever works best for you. There are a lot of videos out there showing how to block granny squares. And that's how to create my puff flower granny square. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos. And if you're looking for another fun granny square to try, you could check out my moss stitch granny square tutorial right here. And I hope you have a wonderful day.